Today we venture back into the outer worlds. It's been a while. Let's. But we have to talk about trance music for a moment. I really feel like there's probably only 200 words that are used in all of trance music. It's always about like the sky and like being in the right mood for love and romance and stuff, but never like a sort of sweet kind of romance, like an overly obsessive mysticism about the romance. There's a lot of clouds and kingdoms and space and shit in there. We were just talking before the show went live that often if you're listening to trance music, or I guess if you're at a club or something like that, and they're playing something, and you go, what song is this? It's a little weird to try to Shazam it by holding it above the crowd, which we've all done. That's fine. But what's really convenient is that they kind of pick one vocal sample and they just repeat that all the time. Just the, you've got to let it all out, let it all out, let it out. And then someone in my chat was like, what's the name of this song? And she was like, you've got to let it all out. It's the easiest to figure out to Google music that's out there. And this is one of the reasons why I think that some of the down-tempo atmospheric space shit that I listen to is not as popular, is because it's kind of hard to Google. It's really tough to try to just type in what the name of these sounds are. In fact, I don't even know how you review electronic music other than by typing a whole bunch of bullshit. But God, when you just have a single vocal sample, it's so easy. You have to let it all out. There it is. It's perfect. Let's turn that sub mode on. Yeah, Joe Monkey says Gadgets by Creeps would be impossible to figure out. Yeah, and you know what? I just said the name of the song and the artist, and let me tell you, you don't know how to fucking spell it. Because you're going to probably try to type in C-R-E-E-P-S, wrong. No, it's Q-R-E-E-P-Z. Yeah, that's right. Creeps. It's Creeps. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, yes. You know what's even worse is when it's like, hey, what's that one kind of hip-hop-ish song that begins with the sample from the movie Primer? Let's see if we can, let me Google this. Let me try to find this out. Electronic hip-hop kind of song with the sample, with a vocal sample from Primer. And it links me to the Wikipedia article that is a list of electronic music genres. Okay, you know what? Let's build up the name of this song from first principles. That's what Google's basically telling me to do. Let's completely erase this question. Let's just start really from the beginning. Did you know that acid jazz was formed in the late 1970s in Detroit? I'm like, what's the fucking name of the song? What is it? And you know, here's the thing. Here is people's understanding of electronic music. Like, I've gone deep into electronic music. I love, like, going on benders where Pandora guides me to the far reaches of garbage and back, where you listen to 50 tracks that are horrible for one gem that you add to your library, like it's a porcelain vase being set upon a creaky shelf. Yes, I found one good song. So I know a good bit about the names of various genres and whatnot. But the problem is there's no way to really communicate it unless I have, like, music that I can play and be like, no, this is chill out, and this is down tempo. Notice the differences, right? Like, no, here's the difference between drum and bass and jungle. And as far as I can tell, what most people do is if it has any sort of dancey feel at all, it's all EDM, right? It's all EDM. If it's something that's a little more chilled out, a little more calm, everybody says it's lo-fi. Because there's that playlist on YouTube. I like this lo-fi beat. It's not lo-fi. It's just a sampler that they're... Oh, God. And it makes me sound crazy. It hurts. And let me tell you the one that hurts the most. This is the genre... You know what? I don't even know why I'm showing you the Outer Worlds. I'm still talking about garbage. The one that hurts the most is trying to explain IDM. Not EDM, which is electronic dance music. IDM stands for Intelligent Dance Music, and it's not dance music at all. You can't dance to it. In fact, it's sometimes arrhythmic, uses really weird tonality, has very odd mishmashes, and switches of tempo and timbre all over the place. It kind of hurts your ears in a way that feels good. And I really like a lot of IDM artists. Yeah, see, Brian Constance, I thought IDM would be industrial dance music. Well, guess what? You're fucking wrong, dude. Let me actually recommend what's a good IDM song to really get people into it. Probably something by Autecher. Yeah, let's, you know what? Autechre. I want you all to look up V Proc by Autecher, which I believe is the name of the song. Autecher V Proc. Is that the name of it? Yeah. That's spelled V-Proc, V Proc. Go ahead and put that on and just notice how you've never heard anything like that before. I find that very pleasing, but it's one of those things where sometimes I'll have my music on shuffle and I have a lot of sort of down tempo, sort of like bob your head and go, oh yeah, that's pretty cool, but I don't really want to dance, but you know, it's pretty cool. Listen to a lot of that sort of shit. But whenever all of a sudden Chris Clark or Autecher just like pops on, it's just like, oh, let me change the song. And everyone's like, what is this garbage? And I'm like, oh no, I listen to this, you know, this is my playlist. It's pretty rough, man. It's pretty rough. But there's a whole bunch of different musical genres, and all the juicy good ones that are sort of lurking at the bottom that don't have repeated vocal samples like trance and EDM, they don't get the attention they deserve. It's really sad, man. Ha! Look, Wildcard appears to have opened it and has typed, wow, 8 seconds. Desert Frost 77 says, did I miss my sub shout out? You did. We were all here for it, Desert Frost. Oh my god, you missed it? It was your introduction. Oh my god, Desert Frost 77. Wow, what a mistakey, man. Yeah. Yeah, like it feels weird. It feels weird to listen to. You know, where's another good Autecher song? I don't remember how to spell this one. What's the name of this? I don't remember the album name. Autecher Exi, excuse me. Exi. The name of the song on that one. They have a lot of weird mishmashes of letters in the name of their songs. This one is called Nodej. Yeah, listen to this one. Autecher Nodej. It's typed in chat. Oops. Autecher Nodej. That's spelled Nodezsh. It just is an interesting song to listen to, and you'd never be able to Google it. I want you to imagine for a moment listening to that song. Listen to that song and just go, how the fuck would I look this up? Think about that for a moment. Think about that shit, man. Ugh. R Fruit says, LOL results for Node.js. Yeah. Experimental EDM would be how I dance it up, except there's nothing that's dance-like about it. Okay, what was I even trying to do in this game? I have gun. Alright, so let's actually get reoriented a little bit, because I remember the big thing that I needed to do was to make the big choice about what to do with this large quest, but there's some things that I wanted to do first.
Another day at the cannery.
Actually, I'm going the wrong way.
Almost lost a finger.
Unicorn Jams, sorry to repost, but can I make a suggestion for less intense spinning and turning? I love this game, but I don't want to puke watching it. Yeah. I find that these types of games have a good amount of pukeability that goes on in it. We should be, like, right over here is the exit. Great. Bertrand says, small FYI, you have show item-based stats enabled in the UI options. This means that you don't see the effect your skills and armor have to your weapons, but only see the base stats. What the shit? I'd rather be surprised. Excellent. Excellent. So I remember my armor stats better. Oh, this is a little damaged, huh? Shit. I have so much armor right now. Is this my base armor? Am I at 107 base armor? What the hell? I don't know what this means. It's probably my damage of my gun that I have out. I don't know. When you turn the difficulty down, after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I was finding that I didn't enjoy it at all. The name is Filkiadin. Yeah, you know exactly how that shit happened. Alright, let me show you where I'm trying to go right now. I'm trying to go over to this area here, this old wreckage that I haven't been to. I'm pretty sure I've explored basically everything out here. I'm gonna go over to the old wreckage, where my gorilla pals were. What's the context for the title? What do you mean? The title of this stream is Outer Worlds and Divine Conversation. Happy Friday to all. EXE Zealot, you're the divine conversation, my dude. We've all been waiting for you. Can I go like this? Shit. I love walking around. Love walking around. I love the way this grass looks. If I made a choice yet about where to divert power, yeah, I'm going to divert it away from Edgewater, because that place can go suck a fat one. Okay, let me briefly remember where on Earth my dope baller things are. Oh my god, a shock stick. That's right, so I can sneak up on people.
I'm ready.
Oh shit. Oh, wrong button.
Look at us.
We did it? Yes. If I've been keeping up with any Pioneer content, not at all, man. I am like super off the radar for what's going on with Pioneer. I'm pretty standard focused. I know there were a lot of bastards here. There he is. Oh, shit.
Good one.
I'm the best. Being standard focused, what are your thoughts on Oko? Oh, you want my thoughts on Oko, do you, Zion Tactics? Do you want my fucking thoughts on Oko? I have a working relationship with Wizards of the Coast. Okay. Having worked in the industry for 10 years, I've learned a number of techniques of corporate communication that allows you to really express when you don't like something, but not in a way that could potentially be a little douchey. So, let me just say that I think there are some real challenges to overcoming a turn 2 Oko. And I'm not sure that that gameplay experience aligns with what I value in a card game. If it were a physical game that I were playing when I streamed, I would rip it in half. Did I hit it? Did I hit it on the... No, I think I deviated a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a little bad. Either way, thanks so much, everyone, for your time. I really appreciate you coming to my presentation about Oko that is Broko. Let's circle back after the bans and restrictions pop up. Came in a little hot at the end. I think you're right, man. I've walked by, like, tons of stuff. Yeah, I think Oko is a card that I actually just genuinely am surprised exists. Like, it's just, even without being able to enter on turn 2, it's just so hard to deal with. Like, when it comes out on turn 3. It's so hard to deal with. It's so hard to deal with, dude. What's current caffeine level, out of curiosity? It's not actually that high. I've had a double espresso and a cup of coffee in the last few hours, and then I have a coffee right here that I've been nursing. But I'm trying to do this thing where I've been feeling a little... You've heard me talk on it, but I'm feeling a little bit down. Feeling generally, 2019 is... You know, that sort of thing. And I've just been sort of investigating myself a bit. And I've sort of found that I tend to withdraw as a form of just coping with a lot of stress. Reading great books such as Death Masks by Jim Butcher. It's book 5. I just got done with the incredible sex scene. Oh, it was hot, hot, hot. But more on that later. I tend to withdraw whenever I'm under a good amount of stress. You know, basically anything that is represented by this physical position. Right, this is what I tend to do. To just like go be alone and just sort of like curl up. And what I've been trying to do for the last few days is to try to just be more out here and less in here. You know what I mean? So I'm just being like, yeah, why don't I go on more tangents? Why don't I tell more stories? Why don't I just look straight at the webcam and talk to you, you beautiful nerd? So I'm just doing that a little bit more, and it's been helping. But you know, we're continuing to monitor our friend myself. Everything. Oh. What's the breakdown? Yeah. And this is a sentry saber that I don't need. This is an assault rifle, and I already have a modded assault rifle, yes. Me? Is it me, day 9? Ooh, etc. Hunting rifle, get the hell out of here. Blood on stick? I don't even know what to do with this. Morniel, Morniel! Whoop whoop, Morniel! Morniel is actually one of the people I was talking to about being a little bit stressed. So thanks, Morniel. You're a kind man. Piecemeal mining helmet. Look who it is. It's Sheriff in the box. Hi, honey. Sheriff was so excited that we got deluxe salmon dinner. She ate all of hers and all of Desty's and threw it up on the carpet. What a good cat. Are there more little baddies around here? Oh my god, Bloodstar 23. Guys, Bloodstar 23 is at 100 months! Happy 100-month anniversary, Bloodstar! Oh my god. My favorite type of blood is Bloodstar. Good to see ya, Mr. B. Can I enter into this? I feel like I should be able to. Yeah, it's a big yawn, Share Bear. Yeah, I love you. Will I be the first streamer to get a 420 sub? I mean, I have the longest subs on this platform, so... As long as I don't do something really heinous between month 100 and month 400. Dancing Greasy says, man, this is more chill than I expected for some reason. Do you mean the game? Or do you mean your pal, Sean? think I've done everything here. Oh, that's you, Parvati. No, it's not Parvati. What's making the damn noise? Trees? Do you see yourself still streaming in 25 years? I think that no matter what, I'll always do some streaming. It's a type of expression that I really like. And it's a type of entertainment for myself I really like. You know, like the ability to play through this game at kind of a casual pace. Chat. I feel like I get to play a single-player game like this and still be getting some of the social stuff that I want. Because I think this is one of the downsides.
If I'd been able to get out here, I so would have stripped this for parts.
Don't you dare, Parvati. So that's where we came from. Yeah, I mean, so I really like that sort of, the way that things like Discord and Twitch have just given people the opportunity to play like single-player games, but be sort of like social. Because, you know, something like the original Fallout games that I love, a lot of times when I've replayed through them, it's when I want to withdraw and just sort of go off and do my own thing. And then when I'm feeling more social, I play multiplayer games. But sometimes I want to play something like a Fallout, but I don't quite want to be all by myself. I remember there being some bastards around here. X Dosby says, "Can I ask for some help regarding topology?" Oh yeah, there's the big boy. You can. I mean, I'm not going to be very helpful. Oh shit, he's not dead.
Don't mess with us.
Nice job, Parvati. Yeah, I don't know a lot about continuous mathematics. Topology is a super, super, super interesting field of math. So like, geometry is the study of actual fixed shapes. Like, this wallet is a rectangular shape. And you study how this rectangle and that rectangle have similar properties and so on and so forth. Topology, I'm going to tell you, like, what it is, and you're going to go, what in the fuck? But don't worry, we're going to be okay. Topology is the study of shapes, but under deformation, where you can stretch and bend things around. Study of that. So, the example that people always use is a mug. A mug has one hole, right? One hole in it. If you could stretch and bend this, you could turn this mug into a donut. And you might be like, what the fuck? Why would I ever care about studying? Friendly Spider says, as a geography major, topology means something pretty different to me. There's also topography, which is a different one. But yeah, so like, I think some of you have heard the fact that, like, if you were to take the area of Pac-Man, you know how if you go off the top, you loop back to the bottom, and if you go over the side, you loop back to the side? That, if you actually just wrapped the edges of the screen around each other, you would have a donut shape. So, if we take the screen of Pac-Man and connect it up, so that way it lives in 3 dimensions, we would have this donut shape, which means anything that we can prove about one-hole shapes, such as a coffee mug or a donut, would apply to the topology of Pac-Man. And I mean, that's like generally what math is. Generally, math is like, I'm going to prove some generic property about whatever. I'm going to prove some generic property about polynomials or geometries or shovels. Inventory. Disassemble. Yeah. You know, I'm just going to disassemble all this. I don't give a damn. You prove things about some generalized object. Which means that you can apply it to all sorts of other similar things. So, like, another thing that is very topology based is the idea of, like, you know, the Earth is a sphere, but then how do you represent that on a flat piece of paper? And how do you know statements like this point that is on this map corresponds to one unique point in the world? Broccoli says, wouldn't Pac-Man be more of a sphere when the sides and top and bottom are connected? No, it's actually, it winds up being a torus. A donut. X Dasby says, I'm currently dealing with the most dense textbook I've ever seen that includes 0 examples and plenty of the proof is trivial and has been left to the reader, and it's driving me nuts. Ah, yes. But, I mean, that's, like, a very interesting example of Pac-Man 1, where you'd be like, well, topologically, I feel like I should be able to map this to a sphere. And as it turns out, topologically, you cannot map the game screen world of Pac-Man to a sphere. It can only be mapped to a donut. It's a donut. A toroid. Did I do it? Have I found every single thing there is to find? Including true love? Oh, hey, guys.
Got it? Inside voices.
Huh?
Oh, shit.
Gonna find you!
I'm gonna hit him with a stick. Evasive maneuvers. Beating them down. I could have sworn I was hiding in the bush, man. Where would these people die and then emit light from their bodies so I can find them more easily? I'm trying to loot you, dude. Gone forever, don't give a damn. Wait, what? Did they just randomly spawn?
Here we go.
Look at Sean, he's not a first-person shooter player. Ah! I like bullet time quite a bit. You know, I'm gonna... Yeah, use the hammer, hit him with the stick. Good job, Parvati.
Where are we headed?
Thomas seemed very, very fond of you. Now that we've killed all those men, I feel like Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
The tool he was thinking with was definitely not a wrench. Whoa! Oh my god! I love my space dick jokes! There it is, yes. Oh my god. That's pretty overt right there. Set phasers to erection. Okay. Well, let me say let me be a little bit more modest. I've not lately seen a man with a bigger or more obvious crush.
I'm just glad he's alive.
Ooh!
That he's okay.
Oh!
When Mr. Thompson said he was fine, we all expected the worst.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Hey, that man has a crush on you. Yeah, I'm glad he's alive. Whew. Alright. I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot.
That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
We'll talk later. Anything you need, Parvati, you let me know, and it's yours. Remember, I got one right here behind this rock. Hello. Still on Terra 2? Yeah. Ooh, a jeweled ring. Nice. I don't care to do that much. Just gonna keep walking. Do dudes spawn? Like if I just keep wandering around, will nerds just be around all the time? Yes? Oh, sick. Look at them. Stealth Sean.
Here we go!
Alright, that did not work as I.
That's the last of them!
Oh, hey guys. What's N-ray damage good against? I have no idea. Shoot. Sean's just killing every being between point A and B, man. You know it. I'm loving it. I am wealthy. Hey, you have a great Friday too, Scourgerland, man. And I'm glad you liked V-Proc. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of a moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. I hit 2. Power successfully redirected to Botanical Lab. Permanent power failure detected. Okay. Hey, do you still approve of me? I have an approval complex.
Can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Well, we'll talk later. Where is my reputation? Ooh. Ooh, they love me. Now, rather than go find out what the benefits are by going to the deserters, I'm gonna actually... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go see what's in Edgewater. Actually, what's the quest right now? Yeah, I want to go see what's up with Reed, man. I want to see how that guy's holding up. Actually, question, do we want to see what's going on with the deserters first, or do we want to go straight to Edgewater? I mean, let me tell you something. I never played Anthem, but I did go to the Anthem the Game subreddit often. Ooh! What, you guys want to go to Edgewater too? Yeah, I wanna see what's there myself. I want to see with my own eyes. Everything but the main quest first? Yeah, these are my kind of people. Unicorn Jam, I'm doing my damnedest to just be steady and smooth with the camera works. Oh. Dresden says, seriously, watching Anthem fall apart filled me with evil glee. I mean, there's something that's like absolutely can't look away when there's something that's extremely large scale that's just not going well, and I'm just, something in my brain is like pre-programmed to be like, I gotta see more about this.
Don't see the sense in all this fussing over the power. Cannery shutting down just means I'll have more bodies to bury. Yeah?
Somebody's been hitting those marauder caps. Was that you?
Somebody's been hitting those marauders.
Wow, let me tell you, that's a new kind of twist on positivity. Wrong piece of salad, never get another good Mass Effect. You know, I've actually only played through Mass Effect 1. And I absolutely loved that game, like, so much.
Open the door. Not a chance. The last thing we need is for everyone to get sick at a time like this.
That's pretty horrifying. Can I save them?
I can't possibly cut anyone's hair in the dark.
Sounds like you have some training in a thing or two of medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
I'm guessing you were trained at a medical school?
Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer. Brochures 1 through 5. courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development. Go ahead.
All right.
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
Damn. Oh, Voss's boss with the Friday 5. Thanks, Voss. You're my favorite kind of fizzy water. You guys know the Voss canisters that are just like tall, narrow, and bubbly? Tall, narrow, and Michael Bublé. What? What? Alright, what are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Oh my god. I mean, like, this is what I would say anytime I didn't want to go to school.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
That's monstrous.
Nature is monstrous, friend, and this plague is natural selection at work.
Alright, that's all for now.
Move along.
Just gotta keep our... Staying long?
Talking to everyone. And what do you think about the power outage, huh?
Power's gone. Law knows how long. Looking to get drunk?
I just felt like chatting.
Go ahead.
What if I told you just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
Oh, man. All right. I'm not joking. My escape pod landed in the hills on top of a guy.
I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some 0G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more.
Oh my god.
My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
You know, I have a little gray cat right next to me, and she makes me so happy. Hi, Despy. That was so little, that meow. Here, look, here's my hand. Let's get some smells to make sure you know it's Dad. And then there's some scritches. Did you hear that? Did you hear that little meow? Oh, you gonna chew on me? You don't want to be pet right now? Okay, that's fine. Oh, you do want to be pet. Okay. You just wanted to smell more first. Okay. I mean, that was so cute. I couldn't believe it. Hi, sweetheart. Thanks for choosing this box to nap in today, as you do every day. Oh, Jesus. Sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk.
Yes, people will.
Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I think it's a mistake living your life on everyone else's terms.
There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
I should go by.
Carry on.
Alright, let's get everyone's reaction one at a time. They wrote dialogue for it. I want to explore it.
Cannery's dead. This is gonna throw a wrench into my actuarial tables.
Goodbye. Alright, I think the vicar is already on my...
Just as I was on the mend, the cannery had to go and shut down.
Edgewater's experiencing what we in the profession like to call a quandary.
Alright, screw it, I'm going in. Where the heck is this place?
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
Bam! Oh, you know what? None of these are nice choices, but it's to teach you a lesson.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
You're all slaves to Spacer's Choice. I'm liberating you. Yeah, righteousness. That sounds like me.
Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots here, gave decades of my life to this place. I never asked to be liberated. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Sorry about all this, Reed.
Apologies won't give us our lives back. But for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
What's going to happen to Edgewater?
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
All right, nice. Nice. Da, 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 da. Wow, these are some insane combat bonuses. Wait, unlock TTD location hit effects. What? Yeah. Yeah. Poix. Oh yeah, accept those changes. Wait, what? There we go. Alright, one more perk. Probably this. This is really annoying to me. Doing it. see here. Take this and this and this and this and this. I don't know why I haven't broken down those yet. I mean, 2 of these are the same thing, right? Gyro sight. This has nothing. Hey guys.
Thought I saw something.
Nice one!
I never use this thing. Oh. Where's that guy going? There she goes. Spacer's choice, reputation's going down. Oh. I want to use this gun, man. Oh. I suck at aiming.
Got 'em all.
Alright, that's good. Now hold it. Hold it. Breathe into the stretch. Oh, some toss ball cards. I really appreciate little things like when you mouse over one of these things, your cursor turns red. I think that's most of them. Reed Thompson. I gave my life to Edgewater. Well, it's a weird thing to give your life for. It's like a weird thing to give your life for, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
I got a good reputation with this boy. Reputation. Oh. Well. Appears they're not big fans. Wait, it's sealed? Why would it be sealed?
Adelaide was right to leave.
Desertion is a criminal offense, punishable by hard labor. Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please.
Let's see here. Goodbye.
Don't know how long we'll last without
Cannery's gone quiet. Heard someone's been turning in bounty.
Staying long?
Cannery's...
Heard someone's been
I don't have time for this.
I hope the elevator still works.
Are we getting paid or not?
Well, damn.
Mr. Top.
Well, the problem is that I have this. Some quest items. I have Reed's key. I don't know how to get up there, though. You know what I mean? Is there a way to get up there?
Hobson is aware of your concerns and remains committed to guiding Edgewater in.
I mean, this elevator is just not working.
My whole life in that cannery.
Exercise patience. Contemplate the scriptures.
think you guys are
My whole
wrong.
life in that cannery.
You must be very proud.
There's something to be said about don't make your job your life. You know what I mean? Did you actually get the regulator? Oh, believe me, I did. You best believe it. I am going to absolutely fast travel. Hostiles nearby? Where are the hostiles? And they're gone. Accept. Yeah, see, Brycon is hitting the nail on the head. I'm an elevator repairman. If it's not working, I'm the guy you call. And it's not working, so, like, what gives? You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Adelaide.
Do you hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well.
BAM!
I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
Jesus Christ. Wow. You know what? Before I answer this lady, I gotta use the restroom. I've been pounding water all morning like a big hydro homie. I'll be right back. Hey, why you have a grudge against a dead man?
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment.
Ooh,
Said
actually,
the medicine would
yeah.
have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
8 to 10, all you want won't bring your son back.
Blunt as a hammer. But you're right.
That's me.
Can undo the past.
It's your blunt friend, Day
Time
9.
to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
A lot more mouths to feed.
Not as many as you'd think. We're not about to let the whole town join our flock. Just the ones willing to renounce their corporate loyalties and live the way nature intended. I'm curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
I just want to turn off the power to all of them. I guess number 1, man.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You Haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board.
By the bird.
Welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Hell no, I have an adventure to go on and there's no more experience to be gained here. Whoop whoop! How happy are you? Hey, Stefan.
Something I can help you with? Something fresh up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sell all this, man. Am I really ever gonna use gourmet salt tunas? Am I ever really gonna use this? Wow, that actually does seem good. I should try to do this. Wow. You know, let me not sell any of this stuff. I'm absolutely gonna buy some ammo. You have 12 of them? Fiver? Wow. Did Day 9 save Zoe? Did I save Zoe? I did all the quests. Canuck says I just beat the game, never used a single food item the entire game. This is like, I don't want to say it's a problem I have with these kinds of games. It's a problem I have. Oh, fucking, let me shut this door. I haven't gone here yet. Shut the door, Parvati. Shut the door, Parvati. Shut the door. This is a big thing that I do in games where there's like anything consumable that exists at all. I just hoard that shit, man. I don't think I've ever actually played a game where I use the consumable. Although, I think the best consumables that I've ever heard of, is in World of Warcraft when you, like, drink a potion to get 2 hours that, like, doubles your spell power or whatever. No one's in here, man. I don't give a shit. Like, the reason I think that, yeah, Yawn 9, Ender DG, I have just... I am just somebody who's going to be taking it easy, man. I mean, even the way I'm playing through this game today, we're not going to be doing anything too hard, Ender DXG, man, let me tell you. Oh, Haagen-Dazs Boots, I recommend talking to Adelaide's more re-dialogue options. That's great, that's great. I'll go back and do that right after this. Yeah, the World of Warcraft thing I thought was exceedingly clever because I feel like the way a lot of consumables function is they function on this orthogonal axis that, like, both I on one hand recognize the value of what it's doing, but I never feel the need to use it. Boy, this is a shit explanation. How do I explain what my feeling about consumables is most of the time? Okay, I think this is the way I want to say it. I think that there's a lot of consumable... I hit a button. What did I hit? Oh, I went to personal files. Okay, let me not hit the whoopsie daisies. It appears that the button to switch to my first scene also hits button number 1 in the game. Whew. Okay, so I'm rarely a big fan of consumables that do some sort of bursty one-time effect. A lot of the consumables in this game, again, this is for me personally, it does something like for the next 30 seconds you have plus 15 armor. Increase your reload time, or reload time, your time dilation recharge by 50% for 15 seconds, right? It's this bursty, brief thing. And the reason I hate those is I feel like I never in advance know what the obstacle I'm going to be up against is, so it feels very hard to plan for and to react. For instance, let's say that there was an enemy that breathed fire, and it just instantly annihilated me, and I had something that if I drank it, it gave me fire immunity for 15 seconds. That feels like I can look and study and plan and prepare and go into it. Those are some examples of games that have a sort of preparation loop where I feel like I might want to actually use the potion. Most notably, Slay the Spire. I sort of see what's coming up. I have a good sense of what's going on. I'm going to use a potion right now. But when it comes to a lot of the types in this game, I just all of a sudden am in a fight and I can shoot and do stuff, and increasing something by 50%, it like feels good, but not concrete how I would use it. You know what I mean? It's not like a lot of fire damage, going to get fire immunity. It's like this increases my armor a teensy bit. This increases my whatever a little bit, and because this game is so action-y and not like a strategy type fighting system, I find it very hard for my brain to even click when there's something coming up. It's so hard for me to click and go, oh, a potion would solve this, or some shit like that. So, like, I'm really interested in, like, the World of Warcraft potion style, where it's like, okay, you need to save up a whole bunch for this potion for this raid, and then, boom! Now I can use this potion to double my damage to overcome something that I literally was nowhere close to being able to kill, and now I can kill it. Another type of potion and consumable I like is when there is a problem that arises, and then I use it to solve that problem. I am poisoned, so I need to use poison cleanser, or whatever it's called. Poison laxatives to just poop it all out. Boom, done. My health is low, I use the potion to regain health. My mana's low, I use the potion to regain mana. Like those things, I feel like I get like a thought loop in there. But when consumables are not something that I can make a big plan about, or I can do reacting to some really obvious thing that has happened. I have taken damage, so I drink the potion to regain the health. When it's not one of those two, my brain just like does not click with potions at all. It just does not click. 15 bonus armor, I mean, I'd rather just hide around the corner, and then when I've taken the damage, drink the potion to regain the health, as opposed to take the armor thing and go, oh my god, did you see that? I took 40% less damage. I mean, when you're dealing with continuous events, such as I am just taking bullets over the course of a fight continuously, like, even if you're, like, cutting the total damage in half, it's, like, really hard to feel. It's when, like, you die in 2 hits, and then you drink the potion, now you die in 4 hits. That's much more discreet. Super, it's actually a really interesting brain thing. Brains are not good at feeling continuous changes. Such as if you have 10 workers in StarCraft, and then you get to 16 workers in StarCraft, it's very difficult for human brain to, like, feel and to process and internalize, like, what that means. Whereas if you're in a game like Dota, and you get no last hits, and then you get 3 last hits in each wave, you feel it. So that's just a pile of disorganized thoughts. That is a jumbled collection of thoughts regarding consumables. So a lot of the times I just wind up hoarding them like crazy. I mean, like, I would love something if it's like become invisible for 30 seconds. I mean, that's fucking cool, man. I want that shit. Alright, personnel files. Hack. Woo! Welcome, Adelaide McDevitt. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly. Soil sour, I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of salt tuna lingering on my tongue, day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows on the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. Tyrannical-saurus rectoronies. I imagine on Exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. Must have been plagued! I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better. Better than he's ever been. Physically, spiritually. Uh-oh, first entry. I am hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automation of corporate machine. Or in the soulless automaton of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it is cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own 2 feet. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand that horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking Reddit poster. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane penis. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil's sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle. I'm just reading however I want to read, Canuck. You back right off. I can conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature... Oh! Well, I mean, she's talking about taking a dump on the ground. Or is she talking about corpses? I don't know. I mean, corpses are poop, you know what I mean? You know? You know, maybe it's corpses. Maybe it's poop. I'm just gonna go with poop.
You are welcome here.
Alright, who suggested the dialogue, huh?
You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Now, if this were an EDM song, that would be the whole thing. Dish, 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 dish. You are welcome here. Dish, dish, dish.
Hey there.
I don't know why with Thomas Kemp we have this like orbit space move.
What's on your mind?
There's no dialogue to be found here.
What is it?
Sure sign, making me feel fine with a gift of 5 subs to your pal Day 9. Yes, this is absolutely Space New Vegas, Quetzalcoatl. Okay, question. Who here is rereading the Dresden Files or is reading the Dresden Files for the first time? Who here has gotten to page 300 of Death Masks, huh? Who's gotten to page 300 of this here book here, huh? Death Masks. Oh, by the way, my bookmark is a foil Ardenvale Tactician. Really nice. Oh yeah, it shows up so well on the green screen. 6 read-through on the way. This is Efeslim. Let me tell you, man. Oh, dude, the sex scene in Death Masks was hot, hot, hot. Oh, she was turning into a vampire and need to get all tied up. Harry pops out with a good old magical rope. It ties itself around the wrists. It's got unicorn hair in it. He's desecrating that animal to get it on. Oh, it was so hot. I was reading it, going through it. Oh, it was so hot. It was, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't really spoil that much, to be honest. Other than the fact that Harry is a, he's kinky, man, let me tell you. Manacles laced with a unicorn hair. Oh my god, what'd he do to the horn? Turn into a fleshlight? It's a majestic creature, Harry. Oh, I don't even give a shit, man. I'd forgotten about it entirely. I was reading through it and I got to that page and I was like, oh, like turning the, whoa, like reading through that. Yes. And I gotta admit, like, I would be unable to write a sex scene. I think that I would be, like, physically incapable of handling that with sincerity. Because I would laugh about everything. Shit, hit, hurt, cert, furt, hit. Acreal says, isn't sex supposed to be funny? Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, like, let me tell you, I've read enough garbage fan fiction to know that writing a sex scene that isn't hilarious is so hard. Writing a sex scene that is hilarious, that comes naturally, let me tell you. If we all wanted to get together and one word at a time write a sex scene, we'd do a really good job. If our goal was to be funny, we would nail that. But, like, if we wanted to write something that got hearts fluttering and emotions stirring, like, let me tell you, that scene that I'm talking about in Death Masks, that girl was having a hard time. You know what he said? Not during the sex scene. But like leading up to it, in the moment where there was tension in the air. You know what he said? He said, "Let me take care of you." She was having a hard time. And then again, because it's very hard to do anything sincerely, yeah, he took care of her for sure. No, but I mean, like it was written with just it was so sweet. A woman he loves. And it was actually written with, like, real sincerity. And when it was done, I was just like, oh my God. I just want them both to be so happy. Patio Furniture says, sex is easier to write than love. Now, that's either because you are sharing something. Oh, Patio Furniture says, that's a love scene, not a sex scene, though. Well, it was a love scene that went into a sex scene. And let me tell you, there was no mistaking about it. It was a sex scene. But I've never written pretty much any creative fiction. Everything I've written has been educational or persuasive writing. Acreal says, so Sean, are you going to be posting your erotica to Discord for us to read?
Is this
Alti,
your
man.
ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Those deserters left Edgewater behind. Nothing keeping you from doing the same, Parvati. I'll do anything for you. Did you know this rope is laced with unicorn hair? Let me tell you, we're about to get 10 points for Gryffindor, if you know what I mean.
I have. Until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no.
Dina, no! Stop it, Dina!
Can I come with you?
Yeah.
I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I mean, I'd say yes, but we need to get a little bit more visibility on your goggles. Wow. Yeah, no, let me tell you, like, I literally was reading this book, and then I was like, oh shit, it's like 12:53, I gotta go live. And then, and I gotta, like, I've read the whole series. I've read the entire thing. I'm rereading the Dresden Files because the next book in the series is coming out probably next year. The author has finished the first manuscript and done rewrites. So I think it's up to the publisher now. And I'm, like, super hyped because it's just so good. I'm so impressed. Jim Butcher put, like, one Dresden Files book out a year for, like, 15 years. And then also wrote another book series every 6 months. So he did, like, Dresden Files, Codex Alera, Dresden Files, Codex Alera, every 6 months. Guy, let me tell you, that guy writes. That guy writes. He wrote one book in the Dresden Files series per year, every year for 15 years, and then took a few years of a break and is coming back. So that's why I'm super hyped about it and why I've been talking about it all the time. Caden64 says Jim Butcher needs to coach George R.R. Martin. You know what? If George R.R. Martin decides to just never finish a series, I'm okay with that. I've made my peace with that. I mean, we already got the chance to see an excellent finish on the television series, so I don't see why we should be holding out for the books. I'm just kidding. They never finished the television series. But yeah, you know, writing something that's that complicated and that good is hard. Writing something that's that complicated and that good is really hard. I have a lot of respect for that. I try to make myself be someone who is grateful for what has been done as opposed to someone who is upset about my expectations not being met. However, I will note that I think that if you are working in the creative field, and a lot of this is shaped by my work, basically doing 10 years of creative content, you have two products, whether you like it or not. There's the creative work you're creating, which might be I'm doing a show, I'm doing a series about this game or whatever. There's that piece of content, that's one thing. And the other one is the expectations, the community stuff. I think we're seeing this. Wait, why are you chewing on my green screen? Why are you chewing on that? Hold on, sweetie. Yeah, what are you doing? You know, I think like Blizzard is a perfectly good example where when Diablo Immortal was announced at last year's BlizzCon, people were up in arms because it didn't align with their expectations. It wasn't the game. It's not that the game was out and the product was bad. No one's even gotten the chance to see the whole product. So it's that it wasn't in line with the expectations. And I think that that's something interesting to think about, where you can't simply just write books and then be like, well, the fans need to understand. A lot of people will get their expectations heightened. You know, for instance, I'm a Dresden Files fan, and I was used to one coming out on the year, every year. And that's really difficult. And Jim Butcher actually just wrote, or there's been, you know, pieces written on Jim Butcher's website that address the fact that it's been a few years break. And that was a really great way to align expectations of the audience. Brandon Sanderson writes, I think it's called The State of Sanderson. Every year, the fantasy author, Brandon Sanderson, writes what he did month to month over the course of the entire year and gives loose plans and frameworks for the future to manage expectations. So that way, if someone's like, oh my god, it feels like he hasn't written anything, maybe I don't read State of Sanderson, but if I just say that out loud and there's another fan nearby who has read it, they can go, well, actually, if you look, here's what he did this month, this month, this month, this month, this month, and that actually helps me with my expectations. Oh, I didn't even realize he was writing another series. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And, you know, Brandon Sanderson is one of those authors that writes a lot, and I feel like it's easy to mistake and go, oh, he's writing a lot, therefore people aren't getting upset about his release schedule because he's releasing a lot. There's a little truth to that, but I think that there's a ton of truth or not a ton of truth. There's a lot more merit to the statement. Brandon Sanderson's very good at doing expectation management via these blog posts, via what he says in lectures, via what he does out in the community, because he's managing both his books as a product and the expectations as a product. I don't remember how we got on this spurple burple ramble bamble, but Parvati's my girl. I will die for her. I care for her as my own child. Okay. I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes. I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain.
Oh, that's right.
I can call you Captain now. I got a captain.
Ricky Day says, well, you were starting with sex scenes, and then you talked about Jim Butcher, and then you're talking about writing work ethos. Yeah, that's how I bounced through it. Unite. But yeah, no, I greatly respect the fact that George R. R. Martin is taking his sweet old time writing something really difficult. But I think that a lot of the pressures and difficulties rest a lot in the expectation management that's there.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Why did I let this guy come?
As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss?
I'd like to know something about who I'm flying with.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Yes.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Yeah, always mute your children's passion. Always mute your different passions.
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Are you comfy? You doing okay? I love you. Here, how about some scritches? Would some scritches with your nap be nice? Alright, she doesn't look very happy about being pet. Oh, there's some purrs. You know, let's get that spot between the eye and the ear. Let's get the other side. Alright. I knew that I wanted that person. I thought if I became a vicar, I would find it. At the very least, find out why I lacked it. But weren't they proud when you became a vicar at the least?
They thought I was fighting the plan. Should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige. But that was not me.
Give the vicar scritches. You got it, Patty. You're such a good vicar, Max. Oh. If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Well, does this guy work on MSNBC? Alright. Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me. Tell me about the plan again.
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
Ah, yes. Righteousness-fueled atheism. It's a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be, if abused. But that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the Board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Alright, seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me.
I'll run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Yeah, seems a bit extreme. Actually, what if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for? I'm curious.
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
Do you know the story of Bertrand Russell? Do you know the story of Bertrand Russell? Bertrand Russell was a mathematician that studied the axioms of math. So, I'm sure many of you sort of know this idea of there's like a high level in math, and then you might step down to a more primitive statement that this statement up here is based on, and then you step down to another more primitive statement, and you step down to another more primitive statement. Like a really, really simple example is that if you take multiplication, like 6 times 10, really, multiplication is just addition. You're doing 6 plus 6 plus 6 10 times. So, the higher level concept, you have the lower level concept, but like, if you keep going down and down and down and down, it is not turtles all the way down. Eventually what happens is you hit what are called axioms. And an axiom in math is something that it is something that is given to be true. It's something that you start with. You can't prove it. It is the starting place for what you're working with. So, for instance, if I have a collection of things over here and a collection of things over here, I can talk about a new collection, which is all the stuff in both of them. So, I mean, like, when you hear that, you're just like, oh, okay, right? It's just this really fundamental statements in studying those things. These are called the axioms of mathematics. And the interesting thing is that this is where math and philosophy really border up on each other. Because Bertrand Russell was trying to find a set of axioms that was both consistent and complete. And what this means is consistent is if you ask a question in math terms, such as, what does 2 plus 2 equal? If you can ask that question, you get a consistent answer. In other words, you'd always get 4. If you asked a question like, what's 10 times 1 million? You wouldn't sometimes get this answer and sometimes get that answer. That would be an inconsistent form of math. That was one piece. The second one was completeness, which is that any mathematical statement you make, you can identify it as true or false. It's complete in that all the statements that exist, you have some way to talk about it. Consistency and completeness would basically encompass everything in math, right? Or anything that could ever be in math. And he devoted his life to this problem, trying to figure out what the set of axioms would be to allow for any mathematical statement to be consistent and complete. Or so we allow any mathematical statement to be consistently you know what the fuck I'm saying, okay? I'm getting tongue-tied here for a moment. But what happened is he devoted his entire life to this, and then a mathematician named Gödel came along and proved that you will never be able to do that. If you have any set of axioms, there will always be statements you can make that those axioms can neither say is true or false. There will always be a statement you can make that is neither true nor false. And in other words, this completely ruined Bertrand Russell's entire life dream. Yeah, that is known as Gödel's incompleteness theorem. You can never have a set of axioms that are complete. What are you looking at? Hey, you okay? You okay? Yeah, that's a computer. And I think about this a lot anytime I have some difficult problem I'm working with or thinking about. I'm like, am I about to become Bertrand Russell? Is this my white whale? You know what I mean? And here you have Vicar Max, who's devoting his entire life to uncovering the equation, uncovering the plan, figuring out how everything works together. And we just asked him, like, hey, what if you don't make it? What if it doesn't happen? And he answered like from an emotional perspective. He's like, I don't know what I would do, man. It'd be horrible. That's exactly what happened to Bertrand Russell, man. And you can read about it in the excellent comic book Logic Comics. Logic Comics. So, portmanteau it. Alright, let's tell them about our story. I'm a colonist on the Hope. Scientist named Will saved me.
And how did he do that?
He sucked me out with a vacuum.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
You're such an idiot, Max. Because it's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Damn right it is.
Nothing to it.
There are things I don't understand about your religion. Yes. Besides the Grand Architect and the plan, what else do you believe?
Scientism, as its name implies, believes that nature abhors equality. The strong survive, and the weak perish for the betterment of the whole. And reason, not emotion, is the seat of all morality. Wisdom means accepting the vicissitudes of life with grace and dignity.
I don't personally believe this, because there's too much simple math to show that doesn't really work all the time. God, I'm in a chatty ass mood today. I'm glad I put divine conversation in there. There's a sort of delicious purity to everyone just goes out into whatever system it is, whether it's a game or in nature with things trying to kill and eat each other. And we're just going to let the strong survive. We're just going to let evolution figure out what's up. There's a lot of examples of stuff that goes wrong. I'll give you a mathy one and a non-mathy one. So the mathy ones are where... I actually just recently watched a really nice video about this. And this is one of those ones that they talk about in school a good amount. Depending on where you go to school. I don't fucking know. I only went to one college, so I don't know. I don't know why I didn't talk about school. I haven't fucking been in any schools. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the idea of if I am a creature that needs to get food, and you and I both come to the same food, do I want to share it with you? Or do I want to try to fight you for it? And if I fight you for it, that fighting takes some energy. But if you are one of those sweet, kind people that doesn't want to fight, that's just looking to share, you're going to run away, and I'm going to get all the food. And this is one example of like a class of problem in game theory, like Prisoner's Dilemma style problems is a good starting place. Where, if we just take some of these kind people that want to share and some of these mean people that want to fight and steal all the food for themselves, and you just let a simulation run, some of the people that don't get food will die off. If the mean people are fighting the other mean people, well, they're both spending a lot of energy fighting each other, and they're not getting enough food, and those types of people can die off. If you just do the math, if everybody is nice, that supports the most amount of people. But if you introduce a couple meanies in there, they will evolutionary trend to be about half and half, but the overall population will be smaller. In other words, the sort of each individual making choices in their environment can lead to something that is much less efficient than if there is some actual directed, overarching structure that helps along. And the most concrete one is Squids. In other words, psychopaths prosper more the larger the population. No, that's not the point to be gleaned from here. The point is, if you put aggressive people into an environment and let that sort of behavior prosper, it's overall more harmful to the entire population. And the people who are kind, they also prosper as well. So it's not that one dominates the other. It's that I'm talking about the overall amount of people that this can support. Whereas if everyone's kind, this works. So a really good example of an overarching system that is better than letting people do individual decision making would be something like traffic system, the traffic system that we all obey today. You could delete all the lights, delete all the speed limit signs, and just say, it's up to you guys to find the most efficient path. The market will figure it out. But I think we sort of understand and recognize that this would cause more traffic that would be bad. Squidward says, we're getting into Kant's universality formulation. No. This is just like a simple let a population evolutionarily play out. I'm talking like real I'm not getting anything fancy here. I can't be talking about that right now. So that's like the I'm not as strong and as good a believer in the Darwinian evolutionary thing, because like obviously the traffic system is one of my favorite examples of like a really well-designed system. The other example of like a fun real-life evolution being weird thing is giraffes. And there's this core, I can't remember what it is, but like I think it was something like if you took I can't remember which part of the head it's linked to. I think it's something like in the brain linking to something in the mouth. But like in fish, the brain and the mouth had to the heart is way more close to the front of the fish. So this cord just went behind the heart, right? It just went right around the heart where it had some room. But as organisms like humans began to grow into things that had head and necks and bodies, the cord still goes down around the heart and then back up again. And so if you look at a giraffe, it actually has this cord that instead of just going from the brain right to the mouth, like right all contained in there, it goes all the way down, loops around the heart, and goes all the way up into the neck. It's like so funny. There's like a video I watched about it. I was just like, LOL. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, dude, just kind of letting the evolutionary stuff. It did lead to some problems. Puck says we are learning biology here. You know it. And you said boys, but Puck, we got a good distribution of boys, girls, non-binaries, and everything in between here in Day 9 TV. So we like with the more colloquial folks here. Also, Puck, I'm so glad you're building nexuses wherever you are. Oh, man. What are we even talking about here? Any reason, not emotion, is the seat of all morality. Wisdom means accepting of it. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a cruel belief system.
I prefer to think of it as looking at reality for what it truly is, not how we'd like it to be.
See, there's a raw purity in just being like, oh, it's just all that, but it is the truth of the way that things are. I find that there's this weird little mixture of righteousness with bluntness. Well, if what I said and did appears to rub you the wrong way, it probably means that you can't handle the truth. And I'm like, or you're a tactless prick, or what you're saying is inherently wrong and marginally offensive.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Bocconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Ah. C'est un problème. Add Zerker with the 10 gifties. 10 subs gifted for 10 years of Day 9 TV. Hey, Puck. I don't know if Puck's still loitering here. Puck, you gonna be streaming later today, man? I've been enjoying watching them late night Mass Expandos. I was watching Puck play last night against a player who went Mass Mech, which is kind of an obnoxious style if you don't really know what you're doing. the puck expanded like 10 times and then went mass DTs with blink and just would like blink on command centers and they'd all just whack at once and it would just... It's so good. What are your thoughts on the philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any idea we can find someone who speaks French?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Yeah. A former what now?
You caught me. Listen, the OSI frowns on fraternization with philosophists. I'd like to keep my associations with our scholar friend quiet.
Where do we find him?
That's a good question.
Yes.
We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Squids, this is the kind of game that would let you turn him in. I actually don't think so. Maybe it is. I feel like it should be. A lot of the, Fallout 1 and 2 situations were like, oh yeah, no, you can totally run a prostitution ring. Yeah, of course. Thus far, I've encountered, Edgewater has felt a little bit linear, and it feels like it presents me with hard choices. Well, it's actually like presents me with two choices, neither of which is like good or bad, and it's just like, well, crap, whatever, like moving through. I've not felt a good ability to like shape the world, but I don't really care. I'm just having fun, man. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? Actually, how is it the Simple Vicar become such a highly skilled hacker?
To Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
How will a crew manifest help us track down your
I'll comb
scholar?
the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go,
Captain.
Oh wait, I'm not done.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Golden ratio is the absolute tightest number in math. All other ratios not as cool. It is the irrationalist number. Let's talk about this personal quest of yours, dude.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
That's the plan. Okay. Repair. Repair all equipment. I don't know how much I have of stuff. I have 329 weapon parts, and I have whatever. It's like a lot of damage. Holy shit, I didn't realize how much money I was spending. I thought it was going to be a few hundred each time. Okay, I've just burned a ton of cash. Alright, well, I guess I'll tinker with this a little. I mean, why am I doing this? I'm about to go to a new zone, man. Clambo.
Where are we headed?
I want to talk to Parvati so bad. Okay, so this... Is this quick save? Oh. What happens if I shoot Parvati? My god, she's such a durable lass. Oh my god. Settlements, as much as I love the golden ratio, I think Feigenbaum's constant/constants is much cooler. What's the Feigenbaum constant again? Okay, so everyone talks about like E and pi and phi. What's this one? No. I can never remember what the Feigenbaum constant is, man.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Oof. Oh, yeah, isn't that the doubling in chaotic periods constant? Yeah, that's right. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I remember there's a way to, like... Oh, yeah, I know it's something to do with that. Alright, whatever.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I'll have to watch a video. I've installed the power regulator.
Our systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. Dude, who's ready to finally get off Edgewater? Woo.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
So an MP Wells, good. I've been wanting to hear from him.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded, and also I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Oh my god, it's Waffles the dog. Happy Friday to you. That's my dog. I was telling you, I just keep encountering Waffles the dog like at the grocery store. Oh, that's good stuff. Alright. Fine, I'll have a go. Or I'll have a word with Gladys. So I don't need a nav key to land on a planet. Yeah, no, tell me about this.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kalkelly.
What's that mean for just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Just exploring my options.
I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope.
Fine, I'll go have a word with Gladys. How can I trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I'm gonna get some water. Because I need to stay hydrated. Yeah. Run, Day 9. Run quickly. The content isn't happening. Excellent. Great.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Guys, you would not believe what time it is. Hi. Everyone knows, just get ready to type it. Yeah, that's right. Afternoon snuggle time. Come on up, sweetheart. Okay, come on. It's afternoon snuggle time. That's what time it is. Always in the afternoon. Sheriff gets on the subwoofer, looks up at me with her sweet little eyes. Hey, Grim Fairy, happy... You know what? We're rounding it up. Happy 7 years. Hanging out, being sweet, chilling and chatting. Goodbye. Our moment's done. That was good. There's birds to chirp at. You mentioned this thing has limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
More likely.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Okay. Why do I need a gadget for this?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
How does hologram sweeten your breath?
Science, that's how.
Put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
on my nav term. Got it. Whoopsie daisies. I don't want to do it yet.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that give you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized persons, and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. I don't think I've seen this. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Hawthorne's unread messages. From you, Bedford. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message. Silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity 3. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board-approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities with a certain someone are entirely intentional. Winky winky. Udom. Back to root. Logs. Shrink ray. Note to self, remember this later. No, better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, ADA. Not if I'm dead. I'm tired of reading. I don't even care. I don't even give a shit, man. What's this quest? Alright, time to read in a standard Sean Plot accent. Logs, shrink ray. Back to my point, I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away for forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of the other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand, it's enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. More to be had. Log entry number 2, titled Hammer Power. Captain's note, hammer power. The last time I got was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before, but here's the good parts. The Mardets said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power, created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. I hit the wrong button. Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't trust someone like me. What good does that, what the fuck, where I lost my voice in the sentence. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker. Return to Root. Archive messages from you, Bedford. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope the terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the way, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness, you rugged individualist you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyways, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udom. Oh, the original British voice was more correct? Oh! Oh, is this the same person? Wait a minute. It is? Oh, okay. Alex, I don't know where you're raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best Udom. P.S. Please respond. I don't really remember the first British-ish voice that I did, but who knows? Who gives a shit? Dear Alex. Hello, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Aha! Just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wales fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvellous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, wingman. Ha, winky face. Your dear friend, Udom. Dear Alex. Hello. Udom here. Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship? My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me. And I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. Last Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on, let me know. Your new friend, Udom. Am I going this in the wrong order? Return to root. Sent messages. To Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so back off, Buster. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Aha! Now, I opened up a quest, and I don't even know what this is. Locate the security terminal, Groundbreaker. Borum says, have you ever checked out the site IDEA, International Dialects of English Archive? No, I've never even heard of that. Zossi says, there's so much text in this game, Dan's going to be reading for many hours if he wants to read everything. You know it. I'm in a chatty, talky, burbly mood. And I got a little sleepy cat here. Hi, Des. Kind of want a banana. My Avius says, sup. Sup, my Avius. What's the picture on your shirt? Here it is. Hey, look, I'm a Dark Templar. From the shadows I come. Alright. Borum says a lot of voice actors use it to dial in accents from different regions. Us D&D nerds use it for roleplay as well. Oh, interesting. What I like to do is just trust that however the hell I'm saying something is maybe not the correctest, but certainly the funniest. Shit, why do I keep shooting stuff?
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled?
Never even heard of Little Dragon Stealth. 251, never even heard of it. What? Sam? Ask Ada about the sim. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number says Sam. A stern older man with warm eyes. Hey Parvati, I love you. What do you have in your room? Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a saw-toothed blade. This sounds like a good description of Twitch chat when sub mode is off. Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a saw-toothed blade. Perfect. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. I love what you've done. Oh, what's this? First French dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Wonder where the vicar lives.
I admire the vicar's predilection for reading. It keeps him quiet. I like quiet.
Maybe this is the vicar's room? Is this my room? Oh, this is where you go to dump one.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all of my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Damn. But you're actually good at this and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Let's see if we can get a little meow out of the cat. Hi, Dispy. Hi. Oh, you're so tired. You look downright pissed. But that's okay because I love you. It's okay to be angry at Dad. I'm just gonna pet you. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, huh? Oh, yeah, I love annoying you because you annoy me. And I love being annoyed by you. We are having such a chill Friday. It's so great. Surprise says, do you mind if I show you my Dark Templar tattoo? Yeah, post it here, friend. Post it here. You know, I might actually start exploring a new space, a new place, a new realm for a little bit, but I might close out today with a little bit of Magic the Gathering. I'm in the mood to do some laddering because I have some more ideas about Outlaws Merriment in a Jeskai list that I want to try out. All right, let's copy this link. Paste this link. Oh. Oh, surprise. Surprise said, hey, I want to see my Dark Templar tattoo, and took a photograph of his arm. Ah, it's so good. All right, after school, we moved straight back to Edgewater.
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him when you got back?
I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Why can't I say something sweet and reassuring to Parvati? No.
What? You want me to leave? Captain, you can't mean it.
What?
Oh, that's a relief. Thanks, Captain, for letting me stick around. I mean... Something busted, Captain?
What happened? Why did I just... I wanted to talk to her more. All I wanted was to not leave the conversation. Ah! Ah! Ooh, particle effects. Cool. I mean, that's pretty sweet, huh? Alright, let's go somewhere. Okay, welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous. All employees encouraged to remain home at work. Alright, let us... Oh my god, surprise, the Dark Templar tattoo-having bad boy. Just gifted 10 little subs here after 10 years at Day 9 TV. Oh. Oh. Oh wait, I can just go do this, huh?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Talk to me about Sam. Surprises I felt bad for the troll. It wasn't a troll, it was funny. It was funny. You don't owe an apology. You don't owe me money. But I'll absolutely take your money and there's no refunds here. Thank you, Surprise. That's very kind of you. It did cause my eyes to like do a full roll until they were straight again. But it was good.
The unit is a cleaning Sam. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
Are there quests on the ship? On the move for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Ooh, Ada, tell me a joke.
I need a little help with my calculus. Can you integrate my natural log? Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
It's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. As you wish, Captain.
Bye. Where do I actually want to go? What's on Scylla? The main quest is to go to the Groundbreaker. Why can't I go to Scylla? Yeah, I guess I'll go to the Groundbreaker. Why not? It's Space's choice.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Can we talk?
The answer is yes, but I want to see if there's any other dialogue options around here. What am I doing? I should spend time with Parvati. I'm worried about her. Yeah, we can talk. Let me just throw my body off this.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her? Oh, look at these horrible choices. Why would I ever do anything to hurt Parvati?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Are you asking to leave my crew and join hers?
Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome.
You know, I got a perk.
Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you.
Sure. Sure.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Yeah. Oh, you were really tired, aren't we? What a good cat. Yeah, that'll do. Just me and Parvati all the time, man. Oh, my God. The docking bay is loaded right before my very eyes. You can bring two? That's right, Stealth. 215. I don't want to bring Vicar Max. I don't care. I do not want him. I just want Parvati
Where are we
here.
headed? Keep him quiet, Cap.
Quick save. What happens when I do this? There's walls. There's invisible walls. Oh, this is not the Dark Souls of RPGs.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that. Where are we headed?
Jane Elson. Turn around, Jane.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Cool.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this
I
any
want to be
better.
part of this conversation.
Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want a truncheon through your teeth.
Relax. Let me talk to the
Do
kid.
what you want. I'm done here.
Ooh, look at this
Whatever
tough
you
guy.
heard, it's all true.
I'd like to hear your side. What happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself.
Okay.
He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Oh boy.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Damn. Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do.
Do you want to just join me, Felix?
Not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me, Captain of the Unreliable. Technically, the previous captain died in a horrible
So
accident.
your ship's got a dark and violent history? This is just too perfect.
It's too perfect,
hey,
man.
I
What
don't
can
want
I
to tuck
say?
yours off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never caught your name. I'm Filky Adine, and I'm a Filky boy.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking bays?
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Hi, guys.
Chemicals all over, but they still got us wetting to move boxes.
It is so easy to steal in this game. Damn. I want to try to jump.
Hey, you! What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
Whoopsie doopsie. Oh. Alright, great.
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bills somehow. It's always fucking freezing in the bays. Gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and darts.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
I want to steal stuff, man. I didn't even know you could pickpocket in this game.
Learn to keep your eyes to yourself in my job. Nobody wants just arrived. Head over to customs. Wheeler.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Sell that junk. Buy them gun stuff. Yeah, I'll buy like all your stuff, man. I always want that ammo.
Identification, please.
Here you
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Alright. How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
Oh my god!
Located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded? I think this happens
the
a lot.
opposite. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations here.
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets, then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get your goods on time.
If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford.
Alright. You know, I'm gonna wring this guy's neck.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Of course. Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Hi, Wanda. Listen, Leonard wants you to fuck off. I'm Sean, by the way.
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Of course. What am I to you but the guy who's got his eye on your ship? Is there anything else I can help you with?
What am I to you? I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
Fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
I'm in the mood for combat. Is there any combat here? Looking for a drink.
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
All right. Where can I get a job?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Okay. Oh, man. Albatross at times says, so I'm messing around with dynamic gravity in this game I'm making, and I successfully achieved orbital velocity on this 5-meter moon by running along the surface. That sounds awesome. Do you have a GIF? I hope it's a gray box GIF, man. Oh, man. Yeah, because Anita's hitting the nail on the head. If the moon is only 5 meters in diameter, does it respond to the fact that you're running on it? Let's see here. I'm looking for a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
How about something long term?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
How does Halcyon Holdings work anyways? I just want to hear your take on it.
It goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board.
The board runs most of the system, don't they? Actually, no, number 2. How does
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
You said the Hope, huh?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it?
Around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Got it.
Glad to help.
I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about sublight
They strip the
savings?
parts from derelict ships
Or
and
salvage.
abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right.
Talk to me about Udom Bedford.
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Sounds like a fun guy.
He really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a weird bird, all told.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're fun.
Udom takes it to an, unhealthy level.
You know, this reminds me of a Korean drama I saw not long ago called Her Private Life. It's about a girl who takes the idea of being a fangirl so sharply to heart that it's like her core identity, but she hides it in secrecy from everyone else in her life except her best friend. And of course, when she falls in love with the new director of the museum, is this a Korean drama? Of fucking course it is, Borum. What do you? I'm the guy that takes my serials a little too seriously. But I watched one about a girl who takes her fanning a little too seriously. You know what I mean? Whose stream do you think you're watching, Borum? Jesus, man. Seems like there's some tension between the board and the Groundbreaker.
You noticed, huh?
I noticed. I'm sharp like that.
What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Terrifies. Yet your station's in a state of disrepair.
You mean the heat? Sure, you could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for all the info.
Sure thing. Be seeing you.
All right, I want to shoot something. I'm in the mood for combat, for strife, for battles.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first. Then this voice. His name was Graham?
Graham, right.
Jesus, it frightened me.
World full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
All right, where should I go for some fighting? I'm in the mood to be a fighty boy.
This heat. This place has a smell, right? It's not just me. Like
Talk to the moon man, talk to security lady.
socks.
Through the big doors, into the center elevator and down. Perfect. Oh, yeah.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge, a salt sour candy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it. Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Tripical Flakes, and purple berry flavored power nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Move along.
All right. Where's the security lady that wants me to do stuff, huh?
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following.
You know what? Screw Gladys. You know, this is what we're gonna do. I'm running past everything.
In there and through. C&P chicken and potatoes at C&P.
Public terminal. Recent users? Callahan. Beverson. Toyama. Alright, show me who M. Callahan is. Explaining recent messages. Alright, I just want to see Parvati be happy. I'm sure there's so much essential information there. Oh, look at that heat. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Damn, it is like hot in here.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Bet you they'd do anything for you, man. So I think these were the security offices I needed to look in. Holy shit, look how many floors there are. Well, that's weird. Oh, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Well, Phil Kideen, nice place you've got here, Chief.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Look at the amount of dirt on that face. She takes her mission seriously. Copy that, Chief.
At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some working brain cells.
Yeah, I got working
So
brain
what brings
cells.
you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Once I get him impound, I'm buying for Monarch.
The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such.
I should have gone to
Maybe
Monarch.
someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
I was frozen for a little bit. Ah, dude. I think I'm gonna hit button number 1. Parvati, you want to talk to Junlei? Go ahead.
I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Oh my, she's so
Junlei is
nervous.
fine.
Oh my god. Nudge Parvati to continue.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if...
Parvati.
Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow. Parvati, don't be shy about asking for time off. You need to compare notes in person.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Ooh. Nice job, Parvati. You did great.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Seems warm in here. What the hell's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them yet? I hate questions like this. Why didn't you just fix it then, man? Why don't you just do it?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
Oof. You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate. I can use my brain cells.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do.
Where's the bays?
The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Can I use gun? Alright, I'll get you those parts. Why can't you get these parts anywhere else? Could we try to talk to Sam? Have you tried sending to get the parts? Have you ever tried sending anyone down there? I'm curious.
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Why so protective?
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker. I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it.
Can't get these parts anywhere else. I'm just exhausting dialogue because that's what I do in RPGs.
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
Oof. Their negotiations sound like a bureaucratic coup.
Damn right.
Damn right.
And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
I'll get you those parts. No, let me exhaust dialogue.
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
I see some points in guns. I'm going all the way up. Apply.
Yeah, huh?
What? What was that about? Back at Junlei's, who's right next to me.
Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms?
It sounds like you have a crush on her. This shouldn't say perception. This should say common sense.
Just took off guard, is all. I never met another engineer before. It wasn't my dad. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
Head back to the ship, Parvati. No, we'll talk later. I will let you touch me. Alright, side quests. Happiness and a warm spaceship. Get those parts. You know, there's so much to explore, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a quick little fight. Transition to the back bays.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Oh, nice. Let me just get this one out.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
I'm the captain now. Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck. You're only getting at us alive if you play nice. I was exploring the ship and stumbled on this level.
Into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business, then it's time to light up the grill.
Alright, whatever. Oh, shit! Oh, I need to get this one out, man. Oh, I wasn't looking at my health. I wasn't looking at my health. Ugh. One more time. This time with leaning.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any...
Holy shit. What is F? Oh, dude, I'm gonna die so fast. That is good in close quarters. Oops. Oh, good to see you're doing okay, Parvati. Alright. I should have been using that shotgun the whole time, man. Oh.
Not a peep for me.
Come on. Now here's the question. I'm gonna say, are they aggroed to me now? Yeah, why not? I'm gonna sell that. I know they weren't aggroed to start off with, and I know that I aggroed them.
You get that automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What are you thinking? It hasn't got a heart? Not like us. Here we go!
Shit, Parvati.
That's smart. Everyone all right?
And pick up everything you have. Everything that everyone has is mine. Yeah, Parvati just dives in every single time, so... What is this thing? Oh. Stand up, Sean. Okay. You getting burned too many times has made you susceptible to plasma damage. Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. I have save and reload. I'm going in. Let's see. Oh, that's... Oh! Movement speed, bonus to extra headshot. I do want that. Consumable way, 50% health restored per kill. I mean, I'm just gonna go for the... I mean, let's apply that. That's great. Just gonna wander around, take everything from everything. I don't even look anymore, man. I just collect.
It's so... cozy.
Yeah. So wait a minute. I haven't used my disguise kit. Alright. Oh, it's automatic when the conditions are met. Great. Great. I'm looking. Alright. How's my weight doing? Pretty good. Pretty good. Auto mag pistol, level 9, 7, 10, 8, 12. Jesus. Wait, the game audio is off sync? Because for me it's click doom, click doom. What's going on with our desync? Oh my god. I mean, it could be that my voice is desync. Alright, so now my voice is a little synced up. Both are showing audio before video. What? Alright, well I can do this then. This should help some.
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
Yeah, I don't know why everything got desynced, but it's pretty easy to resync. If I missed anything, so be it. Oh, I'm done.
Nice one.
Oh. Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. McRed tends to incinerate anyone who comes by.
Nice. McRed's dead.
Ah, it's too bad. I mean, he was a scary fucker, total pyromaniac, but you know how it is. You meet a guy, get used to his quirks, and then blam.
Huh. What brings you to the back bays?
May sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators. McRed got me all distracted, sucking fumes and talking about the cosmos.
Probably better off.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Alright, I almost shot that lady. Hey, what are we doing? Hi. You being a good cat? Guys, we have a really good cat right here. She's a good cat. Come on back to the box. Nope, don't chew on my cords. Come here. Come on. Get back in the box, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can do tummy rubs. Oh, I can absolutely do tummy rubs. She sometimes comes out of the box. I instruct her to go back into the box. Then she gets lots of pets and scritches and love and stuff. She's now learned that the box is the zone of love and comfort. Do you want to chew on the box while I pet you? Oh my god, I would love to do that. Don't bite your dad. Do you want tummy rubs? Alright, whatever. Oh. Bypass shunt, bit cartridge, mag pick. Alright, so we're rescuing some people. I wonder how I get up there. Probably through this place over here, huh? There's another staircase over here, right? Yes. Okay. What? I don't even see the person. Oh. I see him.
Nice one.
Oh! I thought it was a man.
Not even a scratch.
Excellent. Parvati lives. Hey everyone, just coming through, taking everything I see, don't mind me. I am just destroying everything and everyone. Don't care if I take more damage, don't even care. Junior mycologist log. When I settled on Groundbreaker, I thought this would be my gateway to the stars, the beginning of my epic tales of Spacer. Now I grow shrooms for a bunch of outlaws. Not even for selling, they just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew have been tripping for weeks. Suppose it could be worse. I heard of a sub-like contractor who got dissolving chemicals and flushed down waste treatment for stealing from Lilia. Now McReds, he's always been happy to see me call me his fungus lad. Update. McRed just sent a man on fire for having his laces undone. Shit. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. I ought to find something that calms him down. Time to experiment, man. Nice. Well, I apologize, but I just destroyed you with gun. Oh, it's so pretty here. Plasma cutter. I gotta say, I really like the very casual combat loop where you shoot a little bit, then you chill a little bit, you shoot a little bit, you chill a little bit. I mean, it's about the pace that I want in a game. Chitsit, chit, chitsit, chit. Okay, this is kind of weird architecture, but that's fine.
Keep him quiet, Cap.
Is there no one here, man?
Leia's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Where does this link to? Yeah. Oh, I see it's just a drop down. Okay, so I could have like snuck up here, huh? Ooh. Hey, why are you chewing on my book? Oh, okay, you can do that. That's fine. Alright. Are there like logs? Is there anything up here? I mean... If I go through this door... Awesome! Alright. Done these, yeah. You okay? You okay, Parvati? Parvati, are you alright? Dude, I have so much ammo in this game. Good lord. So if this is symmetric, there should be like another place up over here. Can I get into here? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've killed off everyone, so I'm just gonna start running around like a lunatic. Sorry if you get motion sick. Well, I guess I can't get into there. You know what? I'm carrying so much garbage, man. I'm so good. I'm so good. Oh my god, Albatross of Time has Orbital Man. Oh, this is so good. Dum, da, da, dum, dum,
This is Halcyon News.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
I got the parts for the radiators.
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
I got your parts, but I gotta go.
If repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engineering team. As it is, my staff is busy keeping the station from melting down. You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not quickly, at least. Not on the first try. Able, though, you've proven to be.
Define slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
I'll make my way down there.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
She doesn't sound genuinely heartened to hear it. Saving the game. New save. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take a little bit of a breakaroni because I need to use the restroom Reno. I'm going to also pet Sheriff because Despy's gotten some tummy time, but Sheriff has received none since I've woken today. I am going to be firing up some Magic the Gathering because I want to do some Magic the Gathering. That's just what I want to do. It's just what I want to do, and I think that's probably going to, for the most part, end our streaming of the Outer Worlds. I think that's going to be it. Ugh. I'll probably over Christmas break binge this a little bit. I might even reinstall Fallout New Vegas. I don't know. I'm feeling in a sentimental mood. The important thing is we're going to take a little mid-show breakaroo while I do cats in the restroom and all that good stuff. Won't be terribly long, but the good news is that we're going to be listening to polka in the interim. So stay here. You guys are great. Let's do some magic.